Hey, how's it going, John from BransonCerakote and Laser here. We're going to do a quick podcast with Darian, who's here for training this week, and he is the owner and operator of Chief Machine Cerakote. And where exactly in Indiana is that from?
So it's northern Indiana. I'm around Fort Wayne is where most people know it to be. We're right in between Lake Wawasee and Backwater Lake, around the Warsaw area. Um, a lot of medical device, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of machining in our area. Really good culture. I mean, most people around there just hunt, fish, love their families. I mean, it's That's where I grew up. I had opportunities to go to some other towns, and Webster is where I grew up with my dad. And I look at the area, and I decided that I was going to go back there.
Hmm.
The building that the brick and mortar that we're moving into this June or July, um, we're gonna do some reno to it and get it back, but it would have been a lot easier to just go get one that was finished in one of the nicer towns, but we decided, with the job knowledge we had, like, my wife and I just got done building our own house. We got a lot of really strong family members that really support us, um, so we decided, you know what, we're gonna take this challenge on. Our landlord is a really close family friend of ours. I mean, he'd do anything for anybody. Anybody in our area, Lakewood Surveying with Ryan Weber. I mean, he's a great guy. He pretty much is helping us get started and everything, and was like, "I got this, but it might need some work. It might need some work." And it was like, "That's awesome. That's what we want to be involved with because not only are we bringing a service to our community that we care about, but we can also restore a classic building. I mean, it used to be a lumber yard mill stock house,
Oh, that's cool.
so it's got a lot of history in it, and it's like we can help restore that to our town. And the local government community has been really supportive, and like when we called for our FFL stuff and everything, it was like, "Yeah, you guys are approved. When are you starting? Can you come down?" Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the local government in Whitley County and Kosciuszko County have just been great. I mean, like from building our house to opening this shop and everything we're doing, I mean, they've been just like, "How can we help you?" I mean, actual public servants, not like trying to nickel and dime you for everything. And, "Well, you don't have this plugged in correctly." And it's just like, they've been great.
Yeah, we talk to people all the time, and I mean, there's all kinds of horror stories about local governments, throwing roadblocks up. We had a guy come to training not too long ago that was from the St. Louis area. And he found out after he got part of the way through the process, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's no home-based businesses in St. Louis." And he's like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Oh yeah, you can't even have like an eBay store if you're home-based." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no." So midstream, he had to, basically find a commercial space like 80 miles away
Yeah.
to just open up his Cerakote shop. So it's really good, and it's like that for us here too. That you get that local government that's willing to support you, because they want businesses to be successful. So, and it sounded like we were talking earlier, and you were telling me that your location is like you couldn't ask for a better location being on like the main highway through there.
Yeah, so it's right on 13 going through, North Webster, which connects Syracuse to Kirsten, which is on 30, which goes to Warsaw and Fort Wayne.
Hmm.
And, like, we got some stuff we need to do with parking, out back, but there's plenty of places to park and just walk into the store.
Yeah,
And, like, right now, the windows are newspapered up and stuff. It's not because it's condemned.
yeah,
The building looks really good, and it's a classic building. We did that because 'cause we're doing a lot of stuff in there, and
yeah,
it's a window storefront. So, it's like, you don't wanna be swinging a hammer and turn around every 5 minutes and somebody, "What's going on? What are you guys putting in here?"
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, it's up right now because we are gonna make that place just look brand new on the inside.
yeah.
We're gonna start off with probably a small inventory of firearms, not a lot. We could put a lot of our time into our Cerakote. I mean, that's why we're here. We wanted to refine our process to the point where we're putting out the best product possible.
Hmm.
Like, I've worked for a firearms manufacturer for 4 or 5 years, and you see people that halfway do things or try and take shortcuts on things to make money, and I'm not giving a firearm back to somebody that I wouldn't want in my collection.
Mhm.
So it's like I thought I was doing a decent job, but I was like, before we open the doors on our brick and mortar, I want to go down to Branson and see what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better. Cause like I feel like you can always get better at whatever you do. Like once you shut your mind down to you know everything, you'll never make it any further in this life. And it's just have that fire and that drive to make yourself better. And I feel like you will succeed and just never shut your mind off to stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a different perspective, and the projects you did. We'll have some pictures at the end, but just the projects you did turned out fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very happy with them, and, like, so many little things and techniques I didn't know how to do. It was like and anybody that's thinking about taking this training or kicking around, I like I said, I just got done building that house. I was in, like, one of the most stressful times just doing that, not, like, financially, but, like, just, like, every 5 minutes, there's a contractor calling you with
Hmm.
something that's just so minute, but somebody didn't do it, so they're gonna slow you down. And it's like I knew I was gonna do this. My wife, Rachel, I mean, she is the best human I've ever met in my
Hmm.
life. And it's like if it wasn't for her, none of this would have happened. Because it's like I did all these crazy guns with the place that I work with. And I'm like, man, I just really enjoy doing more stuff for like dads that are teaching their kids how to hunt. And
Yeah.
like we did a lot of stuff with Pheasants Forever. We really support them. And it was all that coming back was she was like, "If this is your dream, I support you and I wanna help you."
Yeah.
And it's like she's always been like that, and if it wasn't for her, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have anything we have, and it's just I'm so thankful for her. So, like, coming back full circle, it's like all the stresses of doing all that, I tried to put it on myself so she didn't have to deal with it, and then the house is done, we live there, she's like, "Go, let's do it, let's
Yeah.
go, this is your dream, let's go."
Yeah.
And it's like she's always been my number one supporter, so I was like I did a few of her guns while I was here and did
Hmm.
it's like, "Hey, John, can I make a tumbler for her?" She's like, "Yeah, absolutely." I
Yeah.
mean, it's just the family atmosphere here at Branson is like unmatched. It's just like it's like John and the team treat you like they've known you your whole life,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate that. It just made it such like ever since I came down here, like all my stresses of doing this are gone. Like I don't feel like well, maybe you're doing something wrong. Like even the FFL paperwork you helped us with, it's been amazing. It's just like all that stress is gone. It's just we get back, it's here we go.
Yeah.
We're
Hit the ground
rolling.
running. And we mentioned it to you while you've been here. That there's 300 some million guns in the country. We're not going to get them all. So anything we do to make our industry better as a whole benefits everybody. So you did great, and your projects turned out great, and you gave us some info on some inside stuff we're not going to share. Sorry, that's going to help us turn out some stuff. So we do the training, we have a good time with it, and we always pick up something here and there too. So um, what else you want to talk about?
So a lot of people ask me like with our name, like Chief Machine, like where that came from, and like it really doesn't have to do anything with our Native American history. What it was is my first bird dog was Chief Chasing Birds. That was his
Hmm.
papered name, and that dog was my best friend. I mean, it's kind of crazy how it's all came, but I yeah, I really loved him.
Yeah.
But that's who the company is named after because when we were building our house, we came home and we found him passed away, and he was only 5 years old, and, like, my son loved him, everybody loved him, like, there was such a community outreach to us when that happened, and it was like, "You know what? I'm gonna name that company after him."
Oh yeah, I mean your business name should have meaning. It shouldn't just be something generic. It has to have meaning to you and to your community and everything else. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's fantastic. I'm trying to think. We got your Facebook set up.
Yeah.
You've got your Instagram set up, and you're going to have a website up soon. So we'll be
Yeah.
able to get that going.
So there might not be a lot on there right now, and people are like, "Well, how? Why not?" So I never did social media. I just didn't do it. Like I spent time with my family. I got young children, and when I come home from work, I just want to be with them. So I felt like that was a distraction away from my family. So I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be that dad that was always on his phone, like, go play. Like
Yeah.
when I'm home, it's all about my kids and my wife. So we just got that going. We got our Instagram up. We got Facebook connected and everything. Whitmore helped us out with that. I mean, he did a great job too. Check him out, Wits End. I mean, he's just it's crazy seeing someone his age with the skill sets that he
I'll
has.
guarantee you there will be a plug down here somewhere for him.
But yeah, so we're adding stuff every day as we go. I've got some old projects I'm gonna put up. Um, but yeah, we've got everything into the ATF. We should have our FFL in the next couple weeks. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be doing some things for Inner Circle. I got a pre-order list. I'm already backed out like 4 weeks on projects of people like in our Pheasants Forever Club and
Hmm.
everything. So there'll be no foot traffic at my place right now. If you know where I live, then you're probably on that list. So, but then we'll be moving into the shop June, July sometime, and I mean it's just open from there. And we'll post everything on Facebook and Instagram of like we're open.
Yeah.
After that, it's like everything when we have turned that sign on, everything's set and everything's ready.
Yeah.
So if there's reno going on up front still, we're trying to make the town better.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming on the podcast and coming to training and
yeah.
anything you need. We always tell everybody when you come to training, come back to town, stop and see us and hang out for the day. Your family's awesome. We've met them and had a good time hanging out with them. So,
Yeah, and if anybody's like wanting to bring their family, I mean Carson and Rach have been goofing off in Branson all week while I've been working, but I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way.
yeah,
So it's a great time down here.
awesome. Well, thanks for watching and as always, have a nice day.